Books have long been revered as portals to other worlds, guides to understanding life, and tools for personal growth. However, the beauty of books lies not just in the words on the page, but in the profound reflections they cast back at us. The statement, "Books are mirrors. You only see in them what you already have inside you," captures a deep truth about the relationship between a reader and the text. A mirror to the soul. When we pick up a book, especially one that resonates with us on a deeper level, we aren't just absorbing information or following a plot. We're engaging in a silent dialogue with ourselves. The themes, characters, and ideas within the pages reflect parts of our own thoughts, experiences, and emotions. A book, in this sense, becomes a mirror, one that shows us our desires, fears, aspirations, and even doubts. As we turn the pages, we're also turning inward, exploring aspects of ourselves that we may not have consciously realized. This explains why two people can read the same book and walk away with vastly different interpretations. What one reader finds inspiring, another may find unsettling, or what seems comforting to one might challenge the worldview of another. It's not that the book has changed. It's the individual looking into the mirror of the text that brings their own unique perspective to the reading experience. The power of perspective. One of the most fascinating aspects of reading is how our interpretations of books evolve over time. A novel you read as a teenager may strike you entirely differently when revisited as an adult. The lessons or emotions that stood out during your first reading might seem trivial or incomplete years later. This is because the mirror is constantly changing. Our personal growth, experiences, and accumulated wisdom alter the way we see the world, and therefore, the way we see the books we read. This dynamic relationship between the reader and the text is what makes literature so powerful. The same book can offer comfort, provoke thought, or ignite change at different points in our lives, depending on what we need at that moment. The book doesn't change, but we do, and the mirror reflects that transformation back to us. Books as tools for self-discovery. The idea that we see in books what we already have inside us doesn't imply that books are redundant or unnecessary. On the contrary, books can be some of the most powerful tools for self-discovery. When a passage resonates deeply with us, it's because it taps into something we may have sensed but never fully articulated. A character's struggle might reflect a conflict within ourselves that we hadn't acknowledged. An author's insight might illuminate thoughts or emotions that had been simmering beneath the surface, waiting to be brought into the light. Books can help us see both the light and the shadow within us. They can confirm what we believe to be true, and they can challenge us to reconsider our assumptions. Whether it's fiction or non-fiction, a historical epic or a modern self-help guide, what we take from a book is ultimately a reflection of who we are and where we are in our personal journey. The subjective nature of reading. This concept of books as mirrors also underscores the subjective nature of reading. There's no right way to interpret a book because each reader brings their own history, emotions, and mindset to the experience. This subjectivity is what makes literature so rich and diverse. A single story can carry infinite meanings, each shaped by the individual who reads it. Consider a novel with themes of love, loss, and resilience. To a reader who has recently experienced heartbreak, the story might evoke feelings of sadness and reflection. To another reader who is newly in love, the same story might stir feelings of hope and inspiration. Both readers are encountering the same text, but their personal experiences color their interpretation. This is why discussions about books can be so enlightening. When we talk about what we've read, we're not just sharing the plot or themes. We're sharing our own reflections, emotions, and personal growth. In essence, we're holding up the mirror for others to see, allowing them to glimpse the unique perspective we bring to the reading experience. Books as catalysts for change. While books reflect what we already have inside, they also have the power to catalyze change. A well-timed book can serve as a wake-up call, pushing us to confront uncomfortable truths or motivating us to take action. The mirror doesn't just reflect, it can also reveal what we need to work on. Books can inspire us to think differently, to approach challenges with new perspectives, and to question our assumptions. They offer us a safe space to explore difficult topics, to empathize with others' experiences, and to imagine different possibilities for ourselves. In this way, the reflection we see in a book can spur personal growth and transformation. How to choose the right mirror with so many books available? How do we choose the ones that will offer the most meaningful reflection? While there's no formula, one approach is to trust our intuition. Often, the books we are drawn to at a particular moment are the ones that have something important to show us. Sometimes, a recommendation from a friend or a chance encounter with a book in a store can lead us to exactly what we need. However, it's also important to be open to books that challenge us. While it's comforting to see our beliefs and values reflected in what we read, growth often comes from engaging with ideas that push us outside our comfort zones. The mirror may reveal parts of ourselves that we're not entirely comfortable with, but this discomfort is often a sign of an opportunity for growth. The endless possibility of reflection in the end, the beauty of books as mirrors lies in their infinite possibilities. Each time we open a book, we open ourselves to new insights, deeper understanding, and the potential for transformation. The reflection we see may not always be what we expect, but it will always be uniquely our own. Books offer us the opportunity to explore the vast landscape of human experience, to walk in the shoes of others, and to see the world through different lenses. But no matter how far a book takes us from our own lives, it ultimately brings us back to ourselves. The stories we connect with, the characters we relate to, and the ideas that resonate with us are all reflections of who we are and who we are becoming. Conclusion. The personal journey in every page reading is more than a passive activity, it's a personal journey. The books we choose to read are not just stories, but mirrors that reflect our innermost thoughts, dreams, and fears. They show us who we are, who we want to be, and sometimes, who we need to become. In this sense, reading is one of the most intimate forms of self-reflection. We look into the pages of a book, and what we find is not just a story, but a reflection of ourselves, waiting to be discovered. So, the next time you pick up a book, remember, you're not just reading words on a page. You're looking into a mirror, and the reflection is yours to interpret.